Podcast starts at 19 seconds.
Since this is the first episode of season 5 and we might have first-time listeners, we are not a sports podcast, but we do talk about sports. So if you're not really into sports, come back next week for the second half of this episode because we're talking NBA in this first half. Welcome back to a new episode of Fit the Description, a Black Men's podcast where various black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, news, and whatever else we want to talk about from various black men's perspectives. I'm your host, G, and today we got Keith.
What's up?
And we'll probably have more people joining in later. And right now, it's the beginning of the new season. We made it to season 5, which is insane. So, with that being said, make sure on your way in to hit that like and subscribe button. Help us out or follow, depending on your platform. Make sure to check out the Clips channel, Fit the Description Podcast, over there on YouTube. Actually, let me address something about that real quick. So, my bad. I know we were supposed to have like a little short podcast that we were going to do over there on the Clips channel. It's my fault. I wasn't able to do it because I had a lot of crap that happened in my personal life. So, there was no way for me to do that podcast. So, for that, we want to apologize. But that's okay because it gave me more time to work on the podcast to make sure that we can give you a lot more episodes. So, yes, it does suck that you didn't get that, but maybe in the future, I'll do another preview podcast. Probably, I don't know. We'll figure it out in the future. But just want to address that. Also, we're on Instagram. You can check us out over there. And beyond that, let's go ahead and get started. Anyways, we're going to start off with the more fun part of the day. And we got to talk about, as we record this podcast, the NBA trade deadline just ended. So we're going to go ahead and tell you our thoughts, what we think. And I guess there's a lot to go through, but we got to start off with the biggest one, which is the Luka Doncic trade to LA. My first question to you, Keith, is, what did you think when we heard this news?
I didn't think it was real. I mean, when it comes down to it, well, in the moment, obviously AD just asked for help, so it just happened out of nowhere, man. It's insane, but I think it's going to be cool. Well, before yesterday, I thought it was going to be cool, but, we'll see. Well, before yesterday and 2 days ago, it was going to be cool, but I was like, they don't have a center. But now I was like, it might work out.
Yeah.
So now that they got a pretty decent person at center, it's not looking too bad of a pickup now. Mark Williams is average, like a Dwight Howard or like a JaVale McGee. So at least you got something at center. I feel like the Mavs lost. Everybody keeps saying that they didn't, but AD's injury prone. But I will take a hobbled Luka, and a hobbled Luka over 100% AD any day of the week. I don't care what anybody says. Luka has proven in the last 5 years that he's top 3. Hands down. AD ain't done that in a while since I was in New Orleans. But I think it's going to be cool to see Luka and LeBron play together for sure. I'm looking forward to that. I'm sad for Dalton Connect that he got traded. That sucks. But, they had to get a center. They still got Austin Reeves. So it's not too bad.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like. Oh no, go.
No, I thought you were done.
Okay. No. It's fine. Go.
Okay. Now, I'll just tell you like this, man. When I first heard that trade, and honestly, I haven't paid attention to basketball in a while. I heard that trade, everything that I was doing that day stopped. It's been a long time since I listened to NBA news and I was shocked like that. I think last time I was shocked like that, honestly, sadly, was probably when Kobe Bryant passed. That's probably the only other time I was shocked like that. That was a moment. Like, I'm like you. Like, so the way I found out, I was on Facebook and they said Luka Doncic got traded. I'm like, oh, this crap is fake. Oh, I ain't listen to this. But I was just, and it was, I want to say it's about 11 o'clock at night. And I read that. I'm like, man, this is bull. I ain't worried about it. But something told me to just look it up. And I looked it up. I wish I would have recorded my reaction because I read it and I started seeing it pop up everywhere and my mouth dropped. Everything that I was doing, I forgot. I forgot what I was doing. I couldn't believe it. There's no way the Mavs would trade Luka Doncic. I mean, for anybody, I couldn't think of like maybe it was just one of the most shocking trades I ever heard. And you know it was bad when you're hearing former NBA players, journalists, everybody saying they were shocked. Nobody could believe it. I couldn't believe it. I
Yeah,
thought it was
no.
fake.
Well, yeah, like I thought it was fake when LeBron James said, he didn't know. Everybody said, everybody's like, oh, there's no way that LeBron didn't know. But I feel like the trade that happened, a lot of the NBA players, like when Jimmy just got traded, the team didn't even know. Like they heard it from a dude sitting behind him on the bench. Like, and their reactions were fucking priceless. Like, so I'm like, damn, like, I was saying this at work. I was like, man, it's like we're getting to a time where I was like, these trades have done something that we haven't seen in a while. We're so used to being updated 24/7 about everything. It's like we're shocked and we're not surprised. I was like, the NBA just did something that has been impossible for, I don't even know, like 10 to 15 years. It surprised us. It literally surprised us. It shocked with a lot of these trades. It's not even just the A trade or just the talks about trades. Like to trade a superstar and Luka is the face of Dallas. Like, yes, that would be the most craziest trade of all, obviously, in this whole trade day. Because there's been no talks, like, besides, like, the $15 million house. Well, like, obviously, everybody didn't know about that as he got traded.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, we all thought that Luka was fine, and we still don't know. Everybody has their speculations, and we thought AD, he just got interviewed literally that Monday or Tuesday, saying like, man, I want to win here, and he just a big man. Everybody knows that he hates playing center. But yeah. I'm never going to sit here and be like, that's why he got traded. Like, that's insane. It's just, I just feel like, yeah, something, I mean, I don't know, but it's like, I feel like maybe Dallas was tired more of Luka than the Lakers of AD, and they saw an opportunity and they took it. Which I feel like AD is a better pickup for their future, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. You just got Clay because of Luka, and you got Kyrie because of Luka. It's like, that's just insane. That just doesn't make any sense. It's set these two dudes up. Like, you set them up for failure. Like, people can say what they want, but AD is going to get injured. And I hate to say it like that, but he's not long term. Like, he's not the AD of the Pelicans. Like, this AD is, like, yes, he's going to be good. I guarantee you and then I don't even think Dallas is even in the play-in right now. I don't even think that they're in the 10th seed. So it's like, it's insane. Like, I follow NBA because I love fucking sports. And obviously I'm around nothing but dudes 24/7. who talk about sports, shit like that. So, I'm in multiple fantasies and all kinds of. So I love sports. I would never turn on NBA. I just love it. I don't care how fixed it is. I don't care. It's like I love the sport. It gives me something to do for 8 months to focus on because I got a horrible attention span. It's just like turn my back on wrestling for a while and I regretted it. And 2020, I started back and I haven't stopped since. So, and it's like, I'm glad I didn't. I could imagine a world where I didn't watch every SmackDown, every Raw, every Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. I've seen amazing that I am and sad that, I don't know if I've seen it. I don't know what I missed before, but just to see everything I've seen in the last 5 years has been amazing.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks that I would have missed that. And it's just like with the NBA and the NFL, like I've seen spectacular catches and it's like, yes, you can see it on high, but to me, it's not the same. It wasn't the same seeing Saquon Barkley jump over that dude in real time versus the highlights. It's just not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah, one thing I want to mention. One thing I want to mention because I know you can't see the screen. Dallas right now is in the AC in the West.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I was gonna look it up in a second. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but so I mean that's not bad. At least they're in the play-in, so that's not bad.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, from listening to what people said, it doesn't sound like the Lakers had anything to do with it. It sounded like it was all the Mavericks. Like just listen to all the reporting.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I don't think this has to do with the Lakers. I just think the Lakers saw an opportunity and they took it. Obviously, if you get a phone call saying, "Hey, we want to trade," and the Lakers are like, that's their future. He's only 25 years old,
right?
So I don't think the Lakers will pass. That's an opportunity, and yes, they are. Like these insiders are 100% right that the Lakers have done so many sign and trades or gotten trades to where they've gotten superstars, whether it be Kobe, Shaq, Will, Kareem, AD, LeBron. Like you got either trades or sign and trade people. Paul Gasol all went on to win championships. So, but with you can't blame the Lakers though. That's just how the cookie crumbled. You say that you knew that Kobe was going to be Kobe. I'm not saying that Kobe wasn't good in high school, but it's like this still took him 4 years to get to, or 3 years to get to where he was. It's like Shaq. It still took him time to get to win a championship. Yes, we knew Shaq as a dominant force, but Shaq came in '92, and they didn't win till damn near 2000. Don't sit here and act and like Paul Gasol. It still took them 2 years to win a chip because the Celtics won twice before they won twice. So don't sit here and act like it's just the Lakers get phenomenal players. They didn't win with AD for a while. They didn't win with Bron for a while. So now you're sitting here saying that, the Lakers just did this and they get lucky every earth, or they always have a superstar. It's like, I feel like this time we can truly say that the Lakers just didn't have shit to do with this. Like, they secured their future, after Bron, but now but even before this, Bron is like, I could play another 5 years. So just think about as much knowledge as is going to learn from Ron, it's going to be insane.
And I just want to tie in. I just want to tie in before you move on to to the next point.
Yeah.
I've been listening to things that they've been saying around the league where they say that's why the Lakers is the most hated team in the NBA because they get all these superstars.
Yeah, okay, but like I said, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
I'm not just like the two founding teams of the NBA are the Lakers and the Celtics. They have the most championships. You can't deny that they're not the two founding teams or the two teams in the NBA. And it's like I feel the same way of how the Celtics. It's like they've had a lot of superstars. Now, have they went on and done yes, a lot of their championships are from the ABA, which I feel like shouldn't even be fucking counted. In today's NBA, we have 11 in the fucking ABA, which is bullshit. Like, I think that those should count. And I feel like you shouldn't count the Lakers. I think they have, 6 in the ABA, if I'm not, 6.
Wait a minute. Were they both in the ABA? Wait a minute. Where, I thought the Lakers were always NBA.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Lakers they just weren't in LA. They were in Minnesota.
Yes, I know that, but I could have.
Or sorry, I'm Minnesota, Milwaukee. They used to be in Milwaukee, but they transferred to obviously not really LA, but LA region, I guess it would be.
Yeah.
But feel like at the end of the day, we should really. But if you're just counting both, then like I said, the Celtics only have one more than a Lakers. It's not like, but I said this when the Celtics won. I said to keep that rivalry alive for the Lakers and Celtics, the Lakers are going to have to win soon. And look what happens. They get a fucking top two of the top 5 players in the NBA. I might not say top 3. I mean, I personally feel that, yes, they're top 5 for sure. I feel like, say what you want about Luka at the end of the day, he's still a fucking balling-ass player. I feel like the only other guy I put over is Khan and Jokic. Other than, I don't put anybody over.
I will agree just looking at it when you're going from and because this is the difference between Boston. I think Boston, most of their players they built through. But LA, a lot of their superstars they got in a trade, if I remember right. They only had the regular superstar. I mean, of course they had a few Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant. They basically got from a draft, but Kareem was a trade. Wilt Chamberlain was a trade.
Well,
Shaq
Kobe
was a
trade too, though.
Oh, you're right. He was. He was.
He got traded for Vlade Divac.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot. You're
right.
So,
yeah, you're right. For the trade too. A lot of these dudes were trades. Like I just said, everybody who I just named was a sign and trade or just a trade. Yeah. Which, like I said, is. Like I said, if teams are willing to make that trade, yes, they thought okay, they're not going to be a threat, so it don't matter. It's like I said, there's no way you could have predicted that. Like I said, it's not like you got these guys in a trade and they were just good that year. I feel like right now, yes, you got a trade that these dudes could be potentially good. Like the Lakers are in the 5th seed right now. They're only 3 games back from Denver and Houston with Luka's squad and the way. But on top of that, it's not like the Lakers haven't been playing good before this. So not like they did a sign and trade in their fucking 10th or something like that. They've been playing good with AD. That's the more shocking part.
Yeah.
They did a sign and trade with a team that, as we both just said, wanted to trade more for their superstar. Like I said, I've been that before. I've never seen them do a sign and trade for a superstar this personally.
Well,
Like you
I
can
mean,
never say,
well, if you listen to anybody who talks about this, they said this is actually a history-making trade. Everybody said this has never happened for a superstar on this caliber to be traded. Like they said, this has never happened like this. They said this is the first time this has ever happened in NBA history. That's why you hear so many, even older NBA players are shocked by this trade.
oh yeah, no. But I also, because it's scaring players, in which I enjoyed. Like these
Yeah.
players are titled assholes. So it's like when you got everybody being interviewed, like Anthony Edwards saying, "Hey, please don't trade me," but the next night he comes out and has a 42-point game, fucking 9 rebounds, 10 assists. Like, bitch, you could be traded too. And now it makes players step their fucking games up, which I enjoy the most. Nigga, De'Aaron Fox yesterday on the Spurs had a hell of a game. Hell of a fucking game. And that's what I like. Devin Booker played as he does. Embiid fucking had the game-winning shot, played hard. But it lights a fire under these guys' asses, which I love the most. That's the one thing that I do love, that they, yes, if this sets a precedent for like, I'm a fucking Heat fan, so it's like get Jimmy Butler's ass on there, be the problem. It is what it is. But it's like the Heat had a great last 2 games, but it puts everybody, all these players on the fucking clock to be like, nah, nigga, y'all need to step the fuck up. Like, y'all can be traded too. Yes, it's over now, but at the same time, you just like, nah, nigga, we can still be traded. Like, you don't really give a shit. Like I said, yes, I feel bad for Luka. He bought that house and, he cried. I don't understand why at 25 you buy a fucking $15 million house if you work
Well,
for fucking 9 months out of the year. It just doesn't
well,
make any sense to me.
well, because he thought, which I agree too. He thought nobody ever thought Luca would be traded. Not one person.
And it's like I get that. Like I get that. But like I said, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I will say about any sport. I feel like when you're that young, it's just a poor investment. It's to me. Like I get what you're saying, that you thought that he was going to be there long term, and I did too. I still would not have wasted that much money on a house being that young. It's like
I
it's
mean,
not really not thinking. It's like you're not there. Like a condo or something like that. It's just like, yes, if you have the money, get it, buy it. But it's like I'm not home long enough. It's like I would get the joy, and like I said, I'm not Luka, so I'm agreeing with you on that. If that's something, that's what you want. But if I'm a finals making team or I'm a deep playoff team, it's just I'm not doing that. It's like, okay, if he has a wife and a kid, I get it. But
okay.
it's like I wouldn't even have a wife and a kid in the NBA. Fuck that. I'm a fuck who I want to fuck. Like I'm not about to be fucking tied down to no. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. Especially if you're a star player. Like you're not no scrub at the end of the day. So I feel like it's just one of those things that just is just asinine. It's just like Anthony Edwards said, he just bought a house. Like, but he has a girl and a kid too. So I get it. You do it more for the family aspect. But I just feel like, damn, that shit is just still pretty dumb. It's like I said, it's just a real poor investment to me.
All right. Well, so for me,
Like,
I have to I get where you come from, but I have to disagree because if I'm in the position where I am I'm like basing on Luca's level or like a Michael Jordan level or a Kobe Bryant's level, you know, 25 years old. I there's nothing on this planet makes me think I'm going to be traded. I know I am the
yeah,
guy of the city. Everybody loves me. The team is built around me. I'm like everything is about me. I have full confidence. I know we're going to go back, and I have no desire to be traded. At no point in time am I going to be like,
Oh,
I'm going to be traded. Oh yeah, I would probably do it because I mean, especially, I mean, just being in that situation, that spotlight. Oh yeah, I definitely would. I could definitely see myself at 25 buying a $50 million house because it's like I'm not going anywhere. Like by the time I go someplace, to me, I'll probably be like 35. So I at least got just how I would think about it, at least 7 years, 8 years in this house. You know, whether I'm leaving or not, I'm gonna be here for a very long time. Then just to find out the blue got traded, oh yeah. But just to me, if I was in that situation and I'm a freaking superstar, the third best player in the NBA, and there's no reason for me to be traded. I'm only 25. Oh yeah, absolutely. I because I'm not going nowhere. You know, the only time I would have issues with that if I was, yeah, like if I was like, I mean, I hate to say it like that because even though he is a superstar, like an Anthony Davis or something who's injury prone, so you know, who knows how long he would stay, or if you could trade him for anybody, or like a Kevin Durant, you know, yeah, guys like that, that makes sense. But when you're that young and you know everything is for you, built around you, and everything is about you, and you have no desire to leave, at least for 5 years. Oh hell yeah, I will freaking buy my dream house and just kick it for a while. I get it. I'm gonna be traveling. I'm not gonna be there long enough, but at the end of the day, I'm not going nowhere.
hmm
But that's the thing. I have to be at that level for me to do that. I like I said, I think if I was like a kind of like a CJ McCollum or something like that on that level, then okay, maybe yeah. But if I'm the franchise player and have no desire to leave for the next 5 years, oh yes, I am definitely buying a $50 million home and kicking it. But that's just how I feel.
well, being a franchise player and not getting signed extension contract, like that's where, like I said, I disagree because I know about the NBA now. It's like if they're not willing to sign an extension for you, that says something that you're not the franchise player that they think you are. So, I mean, I agree with you maybe 2 years ago, but if a team isn't willing to sign the supermax, basically, then you're not as valuable as you think you are. Everybody who you just named has signed supermax in the past because they believe that they were the franchise of that
Yeah,
team.
Kobe
So,
Bryant, Dirk,
so
yeah, Kobe
yeah,
Bryant, Dirk. What's it? David
so
Robinson, Tim Duncan.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what I'm saying. It's like with the whole Jimmy Butler thing. It's like they didn't believe in you future. So you
Well, Jimmy
can't get
Butler's
mad.
also 35 years old too, so makes sense.
No. Well, no. I mean, I agree. It's like they took a long time to a lot of people, like Jaylen Brown at one point in time, and Tate. Well, they signed him, but didn't sign Brown. So it's like until they won. So it's like now you can sign a supermax. But it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like Luka for something, whatever happened, it's like they didn't fucking believe in him, and I don't understand why.
So, okay, so this is something I want to ask you about. 'Cause I'm glad you brought that up. Um, well, the reports I'm sure you heard about them. Basically, they were saying that this dude had a hard time with staying in shape. I mean, okay, so this is one of the biggest reports. I forgot who said it, but one of the ESPN said like they went in and he basically put that story out about how Luka is not willing to stay in shape and not willing to work on his body. And the entire organization was frustrated by it. And he said when he went to Dallas, everybody, like basically all the fans got on him about that. All the fans gave him shit. But he said nobody on that team, there was nobody in that arena gave him crap for that. And he said that normally any place else he goes, and it was that situation, their team will back him. But what he was saying is that the team didn't back Luka. And from the reports, from at least what I was hearing on ESPN, they said that they've been having this issue for a while where they're like, hey, Luka, you need to get in shape because we need you long term. And nobody, and he just wouldn't do it. He would just do whatever he wants, eats all the time. I can't remember. I think that's why they're saying that he's been injured for so long because he's not taking care of himself. So basically, from what the reports are saying, just Dallas lost faith because they don't believe Luka is going to be Luka for that much longer because the dude doesn't take care of himself. What do you think about that?
Like Hack said, I will take the out of shape Luka over 99% of these guys any day. Like I said, if he's been out of shape for 5 years, being able to do what he's done, that's insane. That's insane. Because you could say the same thing about Zion, and he ain't been able to do a quarter of the shit that he's been able to do. So I'll take an out of shape fucking Luka. Finals Luka. Like, I get the injury prone shit, but like, we watched Kawhi do it for years, and so many players. I don't know. I just think it's insane to, I get that the out of shape thing, but if he's been injured like that, like, yes, for these, like, in the playoffs with his stuff, and right now he's been injured, but I don't know how he got injured, but I'm not going to say he's only 230. Like, I don't know what thing said he was 270. It's like, he's like, Zion is like 280 type shit. And that's the body of a person that's out of shape. Like 230, yes, maybe if he did drop, 10 pounds, but it's like I said, we've been watching the out of shape Luka for the last 5 years, and he's been getting it done. So I can't say that. They've always said that. It's not like a time where he's played fast or quick, but Dallas isn't a team that is they play half court basketball. Like, they kind of all have. Like, Dallas has never been a sprint up and down the court type. And it's like they've always been in a half court team. Like, so I don't know what the issue is with that.
Well, I think it's a thing of, at least on the Lakers, are you going to get, like you're saying, that Luka, or does Dallas know something that nobody else knows, and you're probably going to wind up with a Dwight Howard, a Lakers Dwight Howard? I think that's the fear.
What do you mean?
So it's kind of like, who are you going to get? If Dallas knows something about Luka, which is what people are saying, where this dude does not take care of himself at all, well, if he's starting to stack on injuries, the problem is what Lakers may have traded for was not a fat Luka. They may have traded for a future Dwight Howard, where Dwight Howard came to the Lakers and he came in with the back surgery. And you could tell, even though he came back in Houston, but you could tell that's not the Dwight Howard that people were looking for. So if Dallas is right and they're making the right call, then you're not going to get that Luka. You're going to get a Dwight Howard-like superstar.
Yeah, but I'm never going to say that Luka is going to be a Dwight Howard, because, yeah, just like you said, he was coming off of the expectations of Bryant, which is super unfair. It's like, that's not fair. It's not like you got, just like you said, Luka was the franchise of that team. So I'm never going to compare that situation to the Dwight Howard situation, because, like I said, Dwight Howard came off of a really bad surgery expecting to be the Dwight Howard 3-time defensive player bullshit from Kobe Bryant. I feel like Kobe Bryant enticed that to the point of where that wasn't fair. Just because you coming back from injuries, I feel like coming back from as a guard versus a center is completely different. Completely different. Fuck you, dude. And a big dude versus a small dude, no, it's going to take him a lot more time to recover than you. It's like, you don't have to go to the paint and get bullied. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Being a center is hard work. Like, nigga, you got to do everything. You got to expect to score, expect to assist, expect to rebound, block. Nigga, as a guard, you don't got to do all of that. So it's like, I hate when people dog centers, because nigga, centers do everything. Everything. We have to have awareness. It's just like, if a superstar misses a shot, they're not dogged as much. But it's like if this is a rebound, nigga, they're fucking mad as fuck. Like, what the fuck you couldn't get a rebound over this dude? Like, nigga, what do you mean you couldn't hit the last fucking shot that you do in practice every fucking day of the week? Like, nigga, I missed one rebound that could have won us the damn game, but you also missed one shot. I'm not saying so. It's it's just like when a center is a free throw versus a guard. It's like, oh, a center misses a free. Oh, it's terrible. They could have won the game. A guard misses the free throw. They shrug that shit off. Like, oh, well, he's made 20. So, but, he just missed one, Like, no, a center misses a fucking free throw. Oh, no, he needs to work on his free throws. Like, God damn, bro. Like, nigga, Steph Curry just missed a free throw the other day, and they kind of just shrugged it off. And I'm just like, but God forbid, fucking Bam misses a free throw, and well, he needs to get to the lab and make free throws. And I'm just like, damn, that's bullshit. That's just bullshit. Like Steph Curry missed a fucking free throw, and y'all just kind of shrug it off. But I do feel like Luka has a better chance because he's gonna play point guard on a team that really needs a ball distributor at the end of the day. So I feel like it'll be easier for him to snap back because he has a person like Bron who's still playing like hell of efficiently. So it's like now Bron doesn't have to point. He can play off ball, which is going to be fucking amazing because he hasn't done that in Miami. So it's going to be really good to see like how you got Bron who can actually, play shorter because you do have of Luka, which is hella cool. I'm happy to see his Bron as long as I possibly can. I'm a Bron fan. Anybody has to say about that. People can hate on him all they want, but I'm enjoying this. Like I said, Bron will be my GOAT until the day he retires. So I don't care what anybody says. Like, yes, Michael Jordan is an icon, and I will say that 100%. I'm never going to say that, like, Michael Jordan is a go on and off the court because he's an icon. His brand is what made him a GOAT. It's not just his – he has a brand that made him a GOAT. And I don't think people realize that. Like, Michael Jordan is so anonymous with so many things. It's not even funny. It's like Space Jam or, video games, clothes, fucking, who got dudes who like Roy Jones Jr. that literally made a whole basketball court. It's like he was a Jordan brand athlete. You got NFL players that are Jordan brand athletes. You got boxers that were brand athletes. Like Jordan was a brand. Jordan is an icon. That's what made Jordan a GOAT. I personally feel like Gatorade, Hanes, Jordan played golf, which put golf on the map for a while. Like he's done a lot. It wasn't just basketball that made him a GOAT. Like I feel like when you hear Jordan sneakers, like to this day, people are still standing in line to be. Oh shit! Hold on, it's my son.
Yeah, no problem.
I forgot about that.
For the audience, excuse me, I'm kind of limited on speech because I'm still coughing, so the thing that don't want to go away. Yeah.
And just to let y'all know, Keith had to go for a little bit. He'll be back later in the podcast, but he had to go take care of some husbandly, fatherly duties. So he's going to be gone for a minute. But he should be back later into the podcast. But, I don't want to talk about this too long because we're already been doing this for a while. But I thought I'll go ahead and let you have the last word since you're here. What do you think about the Luka Doncic trade since you're a Laker fan? I want to hear from a hardened Laker fan.
I mean, it's kind of a balanced trade. Um, um, for both teams, for Dallas and for the Lakers. Um, Luka, Dallas. Excuse me. Dallas really been lacking a big man, and with him and Kyrie, if Kyrie stays, that should be a good combination. We got Luka. Um, Now we still need some major help on the defensive end. Because Luka, he don't play on defense, nor does LeBron. So we're very in trouble when it comes to the center position. Um, and our team is just. I have no confidence in our team to pick up the slack. We're still not a playoff team yet. Well, we could probably make the playoff, but this is not a championship roster yet.
No,
Yeah.
hold on.
You back?
Oh, yep, I'm back.
Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, you want to keep going, B?
What up, man?
Yeah, so peace. So yeah. We still need something in that some defensive anchor or something. Offense we're good. We can score quickly, but that's good for the regular season. But for the playoffs, when things slow down, we're gonna really need some help down there. But for the most part, it was a even trade. I don't think. I don't think one team. Well, you can say the Lakers barely won because of availability from Luka compared to AD. I think AD is definitely the better player, skill wise, but that's because he covers so much more. But the availability of AD is always going to be his downfall. I think Luka, if he's healthy as well, because he been having lingering issues as well. If he stays healthy, he should in the long run. This should be a better trade for us compared to us losing AD. Yeah. Even though I know we have a certain guy on the team that I can't stand, but I got a lot of things. There's a lot of things on the Lakers going on right now. I definitely doesn't make me happy as a fan, but it is what it is.
You know what?
I guess I could.
Go ahead. No, I just
I don't know, man. I mean, I disagree with a lot of that. Lakers are looking pretty stacked right now, man. So they got 3 7-footers. They got 2 6'10" dudes. I don't know if I'm not going to say that they don't have a center. Yes, of the equality of AD, probably not. But you guys got a lot of guys who are putting up 10 or 12 points a game that came to the Lakers, which to me is more better because you could play these guys out and spread the points around instead of just focusing on AD only. So I'm never going to sit here and say that the Lakers aren't the second favorite to win the finals in the West. There's just no way. Yes, you could say OKC is number one, obviously, but the Lakers have to be number 2 over any team now. Have to be. Especially with a walking 40 points in Luka. It's plus they got Cleveland is a 6'10" dude. You got the dude who they just picked up, what's his name? Ark Williams is a 16-9 dude. You got Shake Hilton, which is another 12-point dude. You got Marquise Morris, which is a dog on defense. You got Jackson Hayes, which is coming into his own as a center is another 7 foot. You still got Rui who balls. You got Penny Smith, who's a power forward, small forward, who just hit in 2 games 4 straight threes, who was a dog on defense. I will never say that the Lakers, like Laker fans, should be unhappy. You guys should be ecstatic that you guys are plus 400 right now. That's insane. But that's just me coming from a analytics guy. It's like, I don't see how you're not happy with who you guys just picked up in last week. Like, it's insane. You guys have a very stacked team, a playoff team that I would say that can beat OKC if everybody can stay healthy and content for sure. Because OKC is a season team. OKC isn't a playoff team. They're a great season team, but they're a shitty playoff team.
I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I have to see. Like I said, this is a solid team. Yeah, I see that, but I see championship. Yeah, yet not yet. You know, they still everyone got to gel with each other and be consistent. You know, because the Lakers they just have a problem with gathering talent, and then all of a sudden people just forget how to play basketball. So.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Now that, yes, I do agree with 100%. Like, yes, the Lakers have a bad habit of this new era getting a bunch of people and they get to play with LeBron James and they forget how to play, which is one of the most annoyingest things as possible. But what I've liked about the last couple of Laker games, it's like Denny Smith has been taking over and doing his own thing. Austin Reeves has really come into his own and become his own man and stuff like that. Like, I would say dudes like D'Lo and West and yeah, those guys were hesitant to do their own thing. Why, I don't know, because D'Lo's on the Nets balling like a motherfucker. So why couldn't you do that on the Lakers? It made no sense. Another dude that's calling is Westbrook. It's like you went to the Nets, or sorry, not the Nets, the Nuggets, and you're hitting threes and balling, but the expectations of LA are a lot. I get it, but I just feel like you're still you're still an all-star or like an NBA player. Like, do work. Like, it's not like you guys are in dead last. It's like I tell people this all the time. You can be good on a bad team. So what D'Lo is doing on the Nets, who cares? He's being good on a bad team. It's like, let's see him do good on a good team. Like, I don't care. I don't care if you're good on a bad team. Like, what does that matter to me? It's just like Jordan Poole, he was on the Wizards. It's like, who cares if he's putting up 30, 40 points a game? Who gives a shit? Like, they're dead last. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Like, you can tell me that he's a good player. Yes. Was he good on the Warriors? Yes. But he wasn't putting up no 30, 40 points because he didn't get the chance to. But, yeah, so how do these guys – I feel like if you can't put up double digits, it's like, yes, I've been saying this since Shaq said it, and even before. Nigga, you can't – or I think the first person to actually say it was Carmelo. But, dude, you can't put up 10 points in a game. That means you're putting up like 2.5 points a quarter. Like, you can't put up double digits. Is insane to me. You can't put up 10 points. So you mean to tell me you can't put up a point a quarter plus maybe 2 free throws? You mean to tell me you can't put up a point a quarter and 2 free throws? To me, that's insane. 12 minutes and you can't even make one basket? Like, I feel like every starter should at least have 10 points. You can't put up – I believe me, you, or G could at least go out there and put up 2 points a quarter. Right. Like, I'm sorry. In my mind, That logically does not make sense. You should set a play for everybody, because if you think about it, if you have 12 guys on the team or 13 guys on the team that put up 10 points, how many points is that? That's literally 113 that you would have every game if everybody put up 10 points, at least 10 points a quarter. Or I'm sorry, a game. It doesn't matter if a person scores 40 points. You mean to tell me a person can't put, when you think about it from that aspect, like all you have to do is put up a shot, like a quarter. Like hell, even if you got 8 points, let's just magically say everybody on the bench got 8 points. That's still a point a quarter. You can't get one bucket a quarter? Like, damn if you do anything else. You mean to tell me you can't put up one layup, one mid-range shot, damn a three. You can't figure out how to get the ball in the hoop for one quarter, just one time. Like, his dudes on the team that go 4 points. And I'm just like, that's insane. You played 32 minutes and you only got 4 points? Like, that's insane to me.
That makes sense, man.
It doesn't logically make sense.
And that's the type of nonsense that us Lakers fans, we have been dealing with for the last 5 years.
Like, yes.
All of a sudden, people can't put up 10 damn points, and especially looking bad during the playoffs. Man, it's like, bro.
Okay, but what irritates me of how the playoffs is that they switched to a 6 to 7 man rotation, which doesn't make any sense to me either. It's like you dog these dudes out for 16 games or however many games it is, and it's like you sit here and think that, yes, I'm glad that they got a little like the Lakers are playing these guys, but you need to play these guys in the playoffs. Like I said before, the one thing that beat the Heat both years in the finals is because we didn't have a big man. We were going against AD, Dwight Howard, and JaVale McGee in the bubble. And 2 years ago, we were going against Eric Gordon and fucking Joker. It's like you need to have a big man. Yes, do the Lakers need, like, I don't feel like they need a big man because we're in a league where we don't need an actual Wemby for every team or like a 7'1" or a 7'2". Like, they got 3 7-footers and they have 3 6'10" dudes on the team right now. That should be enough for today's NBA. Yes, would I love for them to have a Dwight Howard, but as we know, Dwight Howard's only 6'11". It's not like he's 7 foot. He might play like a 7 foot dude. Like JaVale McGee had fucking lung problems and he only played 12 minutes a game, but he was only 7 foot. AD is only 6'10". So when you say a big man, it's like, what do you mean by a big man? Because they have a big man. They have multiple big men, but do you want that to be an AD big man, a dude who can shoot, a dude who can space the floor? It's like, yeah, like when you say a big man, you kind of have to be more accurate because we'll never get another Shaq or we'll never get another Magic Dwight Howard big man. It's like we'll never get an Andrew Bynum and Paul Gasol down there. It's like, yes, I feel like the Lakers need to work with what they have. And you have 2 of the top 3 players in the league. If you don't make it at least to the conference finals, yes, I feel like, yeah, you need to go ahead and go get a big man because, yes, I feel like the hardest squad that they're going to play is I personally feel like if they have to see either the Nuggets or Dallas, it's going to be rough because those are the only 2 teams. And the only reason why I say those 2 teams is because if they see the Lakers in the playoffs, I feel like they're going to have something to prove. I feel like it's more Dallas than the Nuggets because Dallas with AD is going to have something to prove. But as we all know, AD might be injured anyway. So I'm not even going to bet on that. So I don't see AD making it to the playoffs on Dallas, especially with Clay. I know Clay is pissed the fuck off right now because he could have just went to the Lakers for that. Like, I know Clay's over there, like, I'm about to pull a Jimmy Butler. You can give me I'll take the fine. Because that's bullshit.